Kal Kadosh, Boker Or. Bekiim Bahalacha, this is number 5 now. There's Hilchot Ben HaMetzarim. We're starting the preface of day 3. We're starting the introduction. Are you listening? We're starting Tikkun Chatzot during Ben HaMetzarim. All year long. So during the Tanakh מדברים על תיקון חצות, כן? כל השנה כולה אנחנו קוראים תיקון חצות in the second half of the night. זאת אומרת, אחרי חצות. כן? This is based upon the ruling of שולחן ערוך, סימן א' סעיף ג', שזה ראוי לכל בן אדם שיש לו יראת שמיים, מצר על החורבן, בית המקדש. Our Torah literature, right? That means the person should be upset about it. Our Torah literature contains endless material extolling the great merit of reciting תיקון חצות. זאת אומרת, אתה לא יכול לחשוב על כמה באמת זה חשוב תיקון חצות. Right? He comes and he says, see, for example, the Rashid Chochmah wrote many pages on the importance of waking up in the middle of the night to say תיקון חצות. He cites the Zohar HaKadosh. Right? As Rav Chida, the Rav Chida says it's more to wake up to say תיקון חצות, both for תלמידי חכמים וגם בשביל אנשים רגילים, פשוטים. Look at the Kaf HaChaim Sofer. The Zohar HaKadosh states, right? Any man, כל הבן אדם שהוא בוכה, הוא מרים קולו על חורבן בית המקדש, הוא יזכה, right? He's going to experience the promise of the prophet, that they will rejoice all together. שהם יזכו לראות אחר כך, זוכה ורואה בשמחתה. He'll merit the joy of seeing the rebuilding of the Beit HaMikdash. The custom during Ben HaMetzarim is besides Tikkun Chatzot during the nighttime, it's also said during the daytime. So, זאת אומרת, חוץ מהלילה, זה גם ביום. Yeah? He says, this custom is brought down with the Rizal HaKadosh, as explained in the Shara Kavanot. During the 21 days between Shiva Sabbath and Tisha B'Av, it is commendable practice for one who is a lofty soul to sit in the morning and afternoons of the days and to weep, to cry for the Beit HaMikdash. The proper time is after midday, so after Chatzot Yom. Okay, so he comes and he says, as the shadows of the afternoon stretch, and this is the reason for the Beit HaMikdash was burnt in the late afternoon. The act of mourning brings great benefits to one's souls. It's completely unnecessary to instruct people to sit in mourning at Chatzot of the night, since this obligation is all year long. Certainly, you have to do that intensely during the nights of Ben HaMetzarim. But by doing so, you're going to be זוכה ורואה בשמחתה. זאת אומרת, ודאי בלילה אתה חייב לעשות זה, אבל תשכח מהלילה, אפילו פה באמצע היום. זאת אומרת, אפילו באמצע היום, בין 17 בתמוז לתשעה באב, צריך לבכות, וזה עושה טוב לנשמה, כשאתה בוכה על חורבן הבית. לא באמצע היום. The Shara Kavanot, right? The Shara Kavanot does not explain, right, what elegies we are going to recite during the afternoons of the Ben HaMetzarim. It's possible that anyone may mourn during the whatever he wants, right? He's inspired to recite. Nevertheless, Rav Chida wrote that since a few people are capable of composing a proper elegy, the common custom is to say Tikkun Rachel. Since its content is based upon the subject of Beit HaMikdash, the destruction of Beit HaMikdash, and is readily available to every individual, Tikkun Rachel and Tikkun Leah together make up the Tikkun Chatzot, right? This is recited also during the nighttime. Also, the Moreh Be'etzba testified that the custom of Millennium Sales is considered an outstanding custom. So basically, Mata Oseh, Be'emtza Yom Acharei Chatzot, Tikkun Rachel. Harav Chida, in Hashem HaGdolim, extolled the few virtue of those who regularly observe the Tikkun Chatzot, he testified, let it be known in the land, the Holy Land. Everyone mourns over the destruction of Beit HaMikdash and tries to say Tikkun Chatzot every single night in the manner that the Rizal instructed. There's a group in Yerushalayim that they wake up every single night at midnight and they gather together in Beit HaKnesset to say Tikkun Chatzot together. The rabbis compete for the best attendance record in his endeavor, right? And they often exclaim how fortunate are those who actually regularly come to Tikkun Chatzot. During the period of Ben HaMetzarim, everyone gathers in the synagogues and Talmud Torah each day, and they eulogize and weep as the Rizal instructed. The Torah scholars abstain from many pleasures during Ben HaMetzarim, including all stringencies mentioned by the Poskim. In the old Yeshiva Porat Yosef, right, it says the rabbis and the students, including the sainted Rav Ben Zion Chazan, Rav Ezra Atiyah, Rav Yaakov Ades, right, they would sit on the floor at the end of the morning study session, which was midday, and they would say Tikkun Chatzot in unison, weeping loudly and with broken hearts. So mamash, the Gdolim Pam, pashut, הם היו על הרצפה והיו בוכים ובוכים. ממש, באמצע ישיבה. There are some some Ashkenazic Jewish communities that adopted the custom as well, especially among the Hungarian Jews. In the preface of the Sefer Chatan Sofer, the author testified the custom of the community of Mattersdorf during Ben HaMetzarim was that someone would go around, knocking on all the homes and stores at midday, calling everyone to come to the synagogue and mourn over the Beit HaMikdash. In response, everyone would shut their shops, come to sit on the floor, and embittered the author to admit that his community, that this custom was not observed, that no one feels a sense of loss during these days. So, according to the Sefer Alichot Shlomo ben Orbach, for many years went to the women's section in the synagogue with several pious individuals, and they would sit down to Tikkun Chatzot at midday. He related that he remembers that everyone, even in the youth, participated in this. He complained how people in our times have suddenly lost all sense of national treasures. In contrast, one could see the mournful expression on people's faces earlier during the Ben Tzarim, and even more so after Rosh Chodesh. In Yerushalayim, everyone wore shabby clothing throughout Ben Tzarim, and everything that they did, right? We emphasize their story with the destruction of Bet HaMikdash. Unfortunately, the more the Jewish population, land of Israel, has grown, the less they could see the profound loss of the Bet HaMikdash. Okay, so now we could start. Halacha Hey, זה הקדמה. הלכה ה' חסידים ואנשי מעשה נוהגים אחר חצות היום בימי בנצרים לומר תיקון רחל, שבו פסוקים שבכי ויצהר של חורבן הבית, ומנהג יפה הוא, יש נוהגים לומר תיקון חצות בכל ימות השנה בחצות הלילה, ותבוא להם ברכה. So he says חסידים ואנשי מעשה, they try to do תיקון רחל during חצות היום, right? during בין המצרים, right? מה? זה מה שאמורים לעשות, חסידים ואנשי מעשה. And he says, and the people do תיקון חצות all year round. אם לא אמר תיקון חצות בחצות היום, יכול לומר את זמן מנחה קטנה. So you could say it until מנחה קטנה. Okay, that means from חצות, מה? דף 3 מ-3. עמוד 11. אוקיי? אם לא אמר תיקון חצות בחצות היום, יש לומר את זה עד זמן מנחה קטנה. זאת אומרת, זה מתחיל מחצות עד מנחה קטנה. Okay, you have time. No, it starts at chatzot. And it's only during the 3 weeks. During the 3 weeks, chatzot yom. Chatzot yom. Chatzot yom until mincha ktana shel hayom. בערב שבת לא נוהגים לומר תיקון חצות בימי בין המצרים אחר חצות היום, and בערב ראש חודש וביום ראש חודש אב, גם כן אין לומר תיקון רחל. Let's look at the footnote number 60. In Sefer Shara Kavanot, this is talking about, it's very commendable to come and to do Tikkun Chatzot. It says here, Sefer Shara Kavanot, the Rizal said the 21 days between Shiva Sabbath Tammuz and Tisha B'Av called Ben HaMetzarim. It's highly commendable custom during this period of time to cry over the destruction of Bet HaMikdash. The proper time is Chatzot Yom, midday. Since the attribute of tradition is strongest during these hours. This is the meaning of the pasuk as the shadows of the afternoon stretch. And this is the reason why the Bet HaMikdash was burnt in the late afternoon. So we already read this. The custom led by the Rav Chida in response to Yosef Ometz, More Be'atzba, common practice in Yerushalayim. They say Tikkun Rachel. Okay, fine. 61. This is the ruling of the Pri Megadim Torah Chaim Sofer, Taruch HaShulchan, and the Rav Chida.